All right, this is it, guys. This is potentially the title winner for us against Athletic Club Taipei. Feels a little bit more fitting that we would have to beat them since they beat us earlier on in the season, one of only two teams to actually defeat us. As you can see here, we have a much more normal-looking setup. One of those foreign players, however, is not going to start anymore because we have a new striker who just came in who is really, really good, and we need to figure out who we can replace and how to get him in as the fifth member of the squad. I am thinking Menagong might be the one who will end up being transferred in the end, and we're in blue here, by the way. Zhou Hongyi knocks that one forward. I'm not sure if we can get much money for Menagong or not, but that might be the best solution for us as I've been thinking about this. It's kind of hard to figure out who else we have. The hardest part about this is at the moment our under-18 squad is all back home on holiday, which is a problem. And there is Wen Shihao showing that he still can score. And so he scores here at the beginning of the match. That's only number 8 of the season for him. I'm wondering where that was yesterday. And that makes it 1-0 for Mars FC. This is one of those places where Football Manager becomes very, very addicting and very, very habit forming because you're looking at your squad and you're thinking, man, I really want to see what happens with these guys and see what we can do and see if we can't get this set up just the right way. I was reminded too when these players came in that I currently am not in contract as manager of this club, despite the fact that we're about to win the league. Here's Menagong, and that wasn't much of a free kick at all. I'm not sure what that was. Maybe that's his way of telling me that he doesn't want to be on the squad anymore. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Maybe he'll score a hat trick for us here, and then will really confuse me. Ling Guando with over to Silla, over to Bamba. And Menagong is young, and that's the problem that we have. We have a whole bunch of players who are young, who have potential. Bamba to Cai Yuting, over to Zhou Hongyi. Zhou Hongyi finds Menagong, and there you go, to Wen Shihao, who scores an easy goal. That's number 2. And so it's kind of hard to look at him and say, yeah, we're going to just go ahead and get rid of this guy. But we have a lot of guys who are like that, and we're going to have to make a decision at some point in time. The problem that we have is that I'm not seeing a whole bunch of Taiwanese players who look like they really can play in that position. There are a couple of other options that we have. We could always, if we got rid of Menagong, we could always look potentially at fullbacks who have one flaw, like say they're a little injury prone or something like that, and just use someone like that. I don't know. We'll see what we do. It's going to be interesting, whatever it is that we do. And we have, by the way, also been releasing players left and right because they get upset. And then I look at them and realize that they're surplus to requirements. Athletic Club Taipei had a little bit of a advancing movement here, but it wasn't very much. We were able to not only knock that out, but Lee Chaba didn't even have to move. So we've done a very, very good job so far here in defense, and I'm wondering just what happened yesterday. Sometimes you just have one of those days, but I really think that the problem was I was playing too many players way out of position. What we need to do is we need to win the match, win the league, and then we'll have time to play around and see what we can do to not only get the oh man, that was really bad from Bamba. Bamba gave up a penalty yesterday that was saved and then just gave up a goal there. I'm wondering if Bamba might not be the one that we need to get rid of. See, this is the thing that we're looking for. Is there a player who is a step or two behind? I'm not sure what that was from Bamba there. I know he scored a lot of goals for us, but that was pretty poor. 2-1 now for Mars FC, and we better score some more goals so we can prevent them from coming back in. Menagong here with the free kick, and he's looking for Bamba, who missed that one completely. I would guess that Bamba probably has a poor rating for this match, but it's Football Manager, so you never know. He had a good rating yesterday, and he gave up the penalty. There's Wen Shihao with his hat trick, and that's number 10 of the season, but no, they're going to call that one back. I'm guessing he was offside by a foot or two. Now, he's clearly offside. I see that's what happened right there. See, a defender reacted right away, and that's sort of what made it look different when I looked over. I wasn't expecting Menagong to knock the ball over to him quite that easily. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But yeah, Kader Bamba may end up being the player that we get rid of. It's really between him and Menagong. The attacking players, of course, can never do any wrong. But the attacking players, at least so far, have been awesome for us. And so I'm thinking that it'll probably end up being somebody in the back who ends up getting the boot. Of course, we could always solve this by having me go back to Oceania and then not even worrying about the problem, as Athletic Club Taipei missed that opportunity. Yeah, that's another way to just sort of let whoever comes after me figure it out. But I'd really kind of like to play in some international competitions here that are technically not part of the Hexagon Challenge and have a little bit of fun. I mean, I think we're going to stay here for a while longer. And there's Menegon with that good interception. So he's made a really, really good argument for himself. Slows it up, stops a little bit, and lumps this one forward. It's over to Wenshao, whose header is off. There's another thing that we could do that I've been considering. Other thing we could do is we could move these wingbacks up forward and have them turn into attacking wingers. Great by Ndaya. That's the reason why we're keeping hold of him. And then Wenshao just screws it up. So, yeah, Wenshao, I don't think I'm going to completely release him because he's a team leader. But, man, he's making a good argument for that. I was going to say we could always have attacking wingers and try to get them to come back a little bit on defense, and that would help us a little bit more in terms of like getting players who actually can play the position, which is one of the problems that we have. It's because there are no wingbacks anywhere here in Taiwan, and we could potentially have players just playing as like a defensive winger role or something like that. So I don't know. We'll take a look and see what we can figure out. And Ndaya ends up winning that one back, and so far so good. And we'll see what we can do from here on out. We can do a little bit better. I'm hoping to win by a little bit more. I see this is the problem. I mean, Yaming always, like every match is getting a poor rating. Cotter Bamba, we'll see how he does, but if he doesn't get it turned around, he's going to be the one who ends up released. That will probably create some sort of friction in the clubhouse, but it might not. He's only 19 years old. I mean, you know, we got to get rid of somebody. We got to get somebody off the first team because we got to make room for our big striker, and Bamba misses the header. That was also pretty bad, and that's not a good sign. So maybe he's the one to go after. Let's see how we do here, and players are seeming a little bit happier. Menegon knocks this one forward and misses everybody. Still ends up grabbing it over to Menegon again, and he launches that one from range, and that's really not the game that we want to play. I mean, these foreign players, too, are having a hard time understanding the tactic and how it's supposed to work. You're not supposed to get the ball and just sort of run up and lump it over everybody's head. Now, you talk about the player I really want to get rid of. That would be Yan Yiming. I would really like to just get rid of him because I can't get him to play well. But I don't know. You know, maybe if we change things around and if we change the tactic a little bit, we might be able to get a little bit better performance out of these guys. I just hope that we can do so without completely destroying the defense. Here's Bamba with it. Then again, those wing backs haven't exactly been playing a whole ton of defense for us anyway. There's Menegon. That was pretty good from Bamba that time. Back to Bamba, over to Menegon, and Bamba gave up possession. So he's given up possession a couple times. Silla wins it back over to Menegon. Menegon with it, lumps it forward over for Ndaya, and that header is over everybody's head again. So Ndaya was scoring those headers just a couple games ago, and all of a sudden he can't seem to get it down. I'm not sure what the difference is. There's another chance for him, and he didn't even get to that one. Yaming with it over to Chen Chengju, and that was a shot that was almost a pass, and that was almost deflected. It looked like it just missed the guy's foot. And that would have been something if it had been deflected. Here's Ndaya with it again in a very good position. He's going to take it himself. And Tuan Shen ends up with a very, very good save of that one. Yan Yiming with the throw, and the throw is very, very poorly timed. Chen Chengju over to Lingguanda, and nothing happening. Bamba with it over to Menegon, back to Bamba to Lingguanda, back to Bamba over to Menegon, back to Bamba again. Bamba back to Cai Yuting, who lumps it forward. There's Wenshao with it, and that was, I don't know how the physics worked on that one. I mean, that hit off the top of his head, and it was like a bullet going forward. We might need a physics graphic engine change here because that was a little bit strange. Wenshao now with the ball again. And over to Yaming, and it's going to be Ndaya who scores that one, number 13 of the season. He says, we don't even need a striker. Now, it's too late for that. We do have the striker, but believe me, after we leave here, we may start looking at a strikerless system and see what we can do to get that going. So Wenshao had it over to Yaming, and Ndaya finds this ball just sitting there right in front of him. He's been frustrated all day. And so he decides that it's time to score a goal, and it's 3-1 for Mars FC. We've been dominating the match all the way. We shouldn't have given up the one goal. And Bamba, unfortunately for him, probably is going to take the blame. Ndaya with this. And looking forward. See, that's the problem with this. You got to say, I mean, it's business as usual. Eventually, we're going to have to get rid of some of the star players. Lingguanda's header is completely off target. And so we're going to see what happens here again. Here's Yan Yiming over to Chen Chengju, back to Yan Yiming, and that's over to Silla, who just misses scoring the goal. That would have definitely been the goal to put this one away. I think that this match, though, is just about over. 4 minutes left of added time, and let's see if we get our trophy presentation here at the end. And Chen Liang is going to kick this one forward over to Li Chaba, who's going to field it, and that's going to be it. And we have won the match. And here is the trophy presentation. I kind of like the one from FM22 better than the one from FM23, but I mean, there's only so many variations in this theme you can have. You can see that the stadium is definitely not full. It's a shame that we couldn't have won this at home. I think that would have been a little bit better. But having said that, we probably are dominating the fans in the stands for this match anyways, so I don't really think it matters. Taoyuan and Taipei aren't really that far apart. People are probably taking the train up or something like that to see this match. And there you have it. There's the fire and the fireworks and all the paper everywhere. A lot of paper to drop for about 100 people in the stands, right? You would think that something big just happened. And we go take our walk around, hold on to the ball happily. Do we have a cartwheel? I think that we do here. Yes, there it comes. And we have won the league. Congratulations to us. And I think we've done a pretty good job of it here. We definitely dominated that match, 63% of the possession. And we dominated in all aspects. XG was only 1.95, but we were able to score quite a few goals anyway. And there you have it. Next time I talk with you, there are going to be a lot of changes to the squad. Pretty interesting for a squad that just won the league, isn't it? Talk to you tomorrow. Bye.